in 1, 2, 3, go!
Okay.
Alright, this is it, everybody. This is the first event of day 2 of the Decathlon. We're up to event number 6 in Hull, and it is our sudden death game. It's Budapest, sudden death. Here is the map. I'm going to show you in full because it is quite beautiful, actually. It's very symmetrical, very satisfying. But there's a lot of TCs. We've got 2 TCs for each player, and in the sudden death game mode, once you lose on this map both of your starting TCs, you are eliminated. So Sol, do you want to take us through our players? Just start us with the first 4.
Yeah, so I just want to add to that, sudden death also means that you cannot construct any other TCs, and as soon as you lose all of them, you are indeed defeated. That being said, I'll start with the players. So we have Dark Diamonds in the south, playing in blue as the Mongols. I'm not entirely sure what team he was from.
Team 1.
Team 1. Oh,
Yeah.
Makes sense, huh? Then on the complete left side, we have Trace playing as the Tatars, followed by 8spy in green, south of that as Mongols also. Mongols appears to be a pretty popular pick here, I go blue. And then we have Not Scouts on the north, also playing, actually playing as Hunts, it's only Hunts pick.
And then from there we go over to Seabass. Now Seabass has filled in for the original player from their team, so it kind of makes me curious as to whether Seabass could put a lot of preparation in or is just too prepared in general for this game mode. I see Dark Diamonds. It looked like he was pushing a deer to Seabass's TC, but he's actually going to run into the TC. Good reaction from Seabass. The players do only start with 1 scout, no, 2 scouts, 2 scouts, one for each TC, yeah. Player 6 over in the pink, Mr. Hammer Time, fellow Aussie playing for Team Shadow Legends, playing as Mongols again, as is Seabass. Finally in grey, Ready Radian, winner from last year, and playing Persians, both TCs here. And then our final player in the orange, Bot Marley, for our current highest placed team, the Wholesome Gamer Squad. And I see some scouts ganging up together, red versus orange, but can we talk first a little bit about why Mongols appears to be a popular pick on this map? Because I'm clueless as to that, to be honest, besides Mangadai going brrr.
Honestly, I am slightly surprised because I don't even think that Mongols is necessarily the most typical Budapest tip. Like very often you see things like Chinese or Lithuanians who kind of get an earlier start going even quicker. Of course, Mongols still being pretty good at that, right? Because they can just get 1 bull early, they'll have food for days and have an easy time kind of running these TCs. And they have a very mobile unit composition, which in my opinion is always very nice to have in free-for-alls. Especially if it's sudden death, because if you're caught at the wrong spot with your army at the wrong time, you can just lose your TCs, you're out of the game. So the mobility is pretty nice to have in these kind of scenarios, in my opinion.
Yeah, now what we saw last year in the sudden death event was Ready fortified wall, just full surrounded, mazed his TC in. And it worked really well. That was him really playing sudden death to the game mode that it is, knowing that his TC was so precious. So do you think we're going to see primarily defensive gameplay here from players, or do you think maybe with these civs, maybe with these players, I'm not too sure if they're ELO across the board, some saying there are a couple of 1900s in here, do you think it'll be a more defensive pacifist kind of game early on, or that we might see some worth found in feudal aggression?
So what I'm kind of thinking is, ideally in this scenario you kind of develop your economy a bit first, but if you do not invest in any military, then you're kind of getting risk, like getting overrun by your neighbors too quickly. And people have very close neighbors. Like we have Hammer Time and Dark Diamonds very close to each other. Dark Diamonds already kind of investing in the wall here in between them. We have 8spy and Seabass just hugging TCs. Everyone just has at least 1 very close neighbor, and there might be some very quick action in between there. So in that sense, I feel like players have to be slightly proactive, but from there on probably want to just stabilize it a little bit and get some security. As there's a whole party going on between Hammer Time and Ready Run already on the hill there.
Yeah, and they're actually the 2, oh I see, they're the 2, maybe the 2 highest rated, Sissando reckons. So scouts go down, I don't think we've seen any villager losses. I'm just going to keep an eye on the KD for now. Yeah, so Hammer going in with the villagers. This is Mongols into Persians. I had a little bit of thought, no idea if this would actually be viable, but do you think humans could have been a smart pick here with the early siege and early capped ram?
It is an interesting idea, but I think the issue with humans is that you do not really have like a long run game plan after that, and it being a free for all, another 1v1 or something, means that you then have another 6 opponents left, and you kind of secure yourself 7th place maybe, but from there on your whole game plan kind of falls apart, I think.
Yeah. Well, we do see Reddy taking, Hammer Time on water, Hammer Time bot Marley as well. And our green player 8 Spy. I think they're the only 3 players that have taken water, but I think it's a wise move here. You know, there's a decent amount of fish in these ponds.
It's kind of interesting that each pond has like 1 player in them. There's no people kind of sharing a pond or whatnot, so that really works for them.
Yeah, that'll absolutely.
I do have to say, Reddy's pick is very interesting to me. Like, going Persians is kind of interesting. You have like the double HP TC, so they're less likely to be snipes. That's some extra safety. Your TCs work faster, so you still can get like some sort of village elite, although you can't add TCs. And it's pretty decent on these kind of hybrid maps as they get their first dock out a bit earlier. So Persians is an interesting pick, but it's also one of those civs that's not excessively good playing into Mongols though.
Yeah. But I feel like for me, and keep in mind guys, I'm just 1200, still to learn about the game, but I feel like the Persian pick makes more sense to me than the Mongols pick. We've also got Koreans in there and Huns and Tatars. I think, I would assume, especially Trace from Team Baba has done a little bit of preparation at least, and they know that they can't build the extra TCs. So sadly, we won't see any extra sheep for our Tatar player.
Aww,
but it looks like... Oh, you did not! I'm gonna ban you. I forgot what I was gonna say completely. Apologies.
I'm sorry.
No.
You were talking about the prep of Trace and whatnot.
Yep. But yes, I lost it. Most players have lost 1 scout. It's currently Trace that still has the 2. We can keep an eye up top, everybody. These numbers up here, this is your military count, your villager count, and your idle villager number, and then it's mirrored on the other side over here. We'll cycle through these a little bit as well. Check out the TC idle time because it's a lot to focus on when you have 2 TCs, and also for the players that have gone onto water. And yeah, we see, who's this, Reddy with the 3rd dock going onto water now. It is very good for these players that have taken water that the person that could be sharing their lake with them isn't, except for a teal dock from Seabast in the bottom there. But the others can have uncontested water, which is really nice because if it's going to be battles on water as well as trying to protect 2 TCs, it is so much multitasking, right? And it can be very, very overwhelming. That's at least my experience. The very small amount of times I've played Budapest, it can be absolute bedlam.
Okay, sorry, but I can't help but point out right now, between Reddy's and Not's base, there is just berries being shared by both of them. They're like, this is fine. Just very peaceful. Like, everyone has very passive-aggressive walls in between them, just making sure there's no early harassment. We had a whole shit show between Reddy and Hammer, but
Sharing
Not's counter rating, just like, this is fine, we like this. And then at the same time, you have like Reddy also having nailed the D on the left hand side, but then not pushing a D to the TC, although there's no wheels on the TC to take it. The idea is nice.
Yeah, the idea is nice. Yeah. Oh, Nods moves off. Oh, I was just gonna say it's such a shame because that was just the one berry bush. Oh, she's just like my berries.
With Reddy is over.
Yeah.
Castles are now my best friend. Okay.
Yeah. Better love stories in Twilight.
Is it actually in range of the TC? Because I don't think it is.
I don't think so. It is, but look, Reddy's already preparing.
8, 9, no.
It's not in range. There we go. I mean, she could have moved forward in front of the mill and been really aggressive with that. And I love the early castle. It's the only one we see on the map so far, and Reddy has reacted with the walls going up.
Oh. It is in range. Oh,
there we go. So, Persian TC.
Oh, she's switching in already. Oh.
So we'll keep an eye on that one. Remember, players have to lose both their TCs. So he's going to wall in his TCs. I don't see any other players that are at that stage just yet. Everything's looking pretty peaceful. Another castle in between 8 Spy and Seabass. That one I don't think would be in range, just judging it by eye. Hello, Monty.
I mean, last time I was wrong, but this time I'm pretty confident that this one won't be ranged.
This one won't be ranged. Yeah, even with Bodkin, it's too far away. Okay,
and another castle by Hammer.
From Hammer, yeah. Okay, so Reddy's kind of surrounded by castles at the moment with Nods at the top, Hammer down the bottom, building stable in the middle, and we see Tarkans, hence the Huns pick. Tarkans get the really good damage against buildings. They can melt buildings. Sadly, they don't have a very loud attack sound, and I just want to mention that because it bugs me. But the Tarkans are already out. We see 5 of them from Nod Scouter, so really nice move from her to be aggressive on our arguably most, you know, scary player in this game based on last year's results.
Yeah, but Reddy's actually in kind of a rough position now, trying to get his own castle up, but there's Tarkans there, they don't really give a lot about the TC fire, you can't really wall them out for very long, and on the other side, Hammer also drops a castle, so Reddy is in a bit of an unfortunate position here, where he kind of got like both players fighting against him.
Yeah, so this is Mongol castle down the bottom from Hammer time. I'm also going to check the other players, because in between Botmali and Trace, there's another castle smack in between them. Trace has got his own down south. There's just going to be kind of a bit of a ring of castles around this map. Nothing happening in the middle so far, but that's expected because you really do have to focus on keeping your TC safe. Second castle coming up from Hammer time. Reddy is going to be squished.
Oh boy, and that means that both of Reddy's TCs are right now, or soon will be under a castle, and there's just not a lot he can do about it. He can repair the castle for very long, but eventually it's very likely that they will fall. That will just be his ticket out of this game here.
And that's going to be so tricky. If either of these players also send some raids into the woodlines, I think Reddy could absolutely be stuck. If he can't repair those 2 TCs, he's stumped. Top class bullying, says Philly. Poor Reddy. Let's see where the other ding-dings around the map are happening. Nothing too scary. It's really just Reddy at the moment in a really tough position. All of the players seem pretty safe. Tarkin's still running around up in Nod Scouter's base. I think they're just, I don't know, waiting quite far away. Wondering about the position there, but gonna focus on poor Reddy here. Building his second defensive castle as Nods puts up another. Oh my gosh.
Marley just deleted on the top, and there's like 11 Tarkans just vibing there. I'm not sure whether Marley's gonna find this in time, but Nod Scouter's now just gonna run in. I'm not sure whether 11 Tarkans would be enough, but
with no
there definitely is an opening.
From Botmali, that could be enough, but he does react, and I suppose he can just rebuild, but there's no military from Botmali. He's got 4 military. The Tarkans are gonna try and eat this TC.
Ooh, I mean, that is the benefit of doing sudden death on Budapest, right? Because Mali still has the other TC, it's kind of under the castle, but of course, losing a single TC does mean that your eco production is kind of halved, does mean that you're at way greater risk. So if this works out for Nod, that could be very scary for Mali here.
Yeah, but she's not attacking the TC just yet. She's focusing on the villagers, and they haven't been able to make it over to this. Oh no, this is a Nod Scouter castle. Oh my god, she is ruthless. Look at her go.
Oh boy.
Let's check the TCs of Reddy. One's on half HP, the other's not too far away from half HP either.
In the south, we have 8 Spy traveling down Seabass TC here. Really going for nice imp timing there, I have to admit, he did a great job. And the first TC goes down for Seabass, and that actually is the first TC to go down in this game.
Yeah, and thankfully Seabass does have some Mangadai. They do get the bonus against Siege, so that includes the trebuchets. But Mali now placing a defensive castle, which will go up before Nod Scouters makes it up. Thankfully, Botmali did manage to get that stone wall up. Not completely though, so there's still a couple Tarkans coming in from Nods, but the castle will save him here.
Well, the Tarkans could try and deny the castle. There's a bikeman switch from Mali too here, which might help him out a little bit. I think the castle will go up, but it is tricky and costing a lot of wheels here.
Yeah, big losses in the eco department. Nods abandons the castle there. Goes for one in a further back spot. I can't see when they're clicking up, by the way. I don't know if you're looking in Capture Age or OG Game.
Just OG Game. So Hammer Time is almost up to Imperial Age. Dark Diamonds is like 70% up to Imperial Age. And Trey's just clicked up a little bit. And not Seabass and Reddy all up. Still pretty far from clicking up.
Right, a third castle going up in the back of Dark Diamond's base, and Dark Diamonds has been completely untouched, basically. So good game from them so far, pretty cruisy. Still feeling bad for Seabass, who only has the 1 TC left. And I can't see how many trebs there are back there. I think 4 trebs from 8spy moving up against Seabass, who is sending the Mangadai in the back, doing some raids, or hoping to at least. Well, let's check how it's going up top for our orange player. There is a treb out. So they might be able to deal with Nod Scouter's push here, but again, credit to Nods for pushing on the right, pushing on the left. Third castle near Reddy's base goes up too. She's sitting on 1A population and has a couple petards in the queue as well.
Yeah. Oh, 8spy is going for the snipe on Seabass TC. Like he's like, oh, if you're Mangadai on the left side on the base, you can snipe my traps. There's like 4 trebuchets there. That TC could go down very quickly.
It will. Let's check the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. The villagers won't get there in time.
He's
he is only now repairing.
But I don't think it will be in time.
It won't be enough. Ah, Seabass is out.
Seabass.
Oh, that's
the first way to be eliminated.
That's so rough. Guys, check the minimap. Look at the amount of castles that are flashing. They're under attack. It's basically everywhere. There's trebuchets out from Hammer Time moving in against Reddy from the south, taking down one of their castles soon. The TC is below half HP. So I think Reddy's probably very glad that he is playing Persians at this rate with how aggressive his opponents have been against him. I see
definitely, but Hammer is now also trapping Reddy's outside of the base down, and it's really iffy for him as he's still not even clicked up to him.
Yeah, but Hammer's getting pushed on by trebs from Dark Diamonds, and he has reacted with his bottom TC. He's trying to repair it, but I think it's going to go down here with this last trebuchet hit. Okay, 1 TC down from Hammer Time. He sends his Mangadai back, so now he's got to protect this last one. Places a defensive castle to the south with that. But I think we're going to see 1 TC going down from Reddy Radian soon. That's a lot of trebuchets. Loses the castle and loses the TC. These trebs do have chemistry as well. Okay, we have a couple of players only with the 1 TC left.
And Trace and 8spy are now kind of starting a trap war on the left side too, and Marley is also trapping Trace on the other hand. Like, players are being very proactive this time around. This is not a game where people are just sitting back and chilling, because everyone is involved in the game right now. People are even attacking multiple people at the same time, and sometimes that can backfire, but because so many people are doing it, people just can't punish it effectively. As Reddy's first CC is down, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I think my keyboard just disconnected. Okay, so Reddy does have his last TC. It is being repaired by a couple of villagers, but if Hammer moves these 4 trebs up, could be
not right going with petards, but not enough to make it work.
Ah, I see. Oh no. Props for trying. I think I might be a tiny little bit behind you. We see Mangadai fight between 8spy and Seabass's remaining units that he obviously can't control now that he's out of the game. 8spy has now reached Imp, so we could see trebs coming from her 3 castles against Reddy. Oh boy, and Reddy does have some knights out on the field, 6 military compared to Hammer's 23, but Marley's got 15, Nots has 12, 18, 11, 25. So there is military out on the field for everybody, but really what this game comes down to is the trebuchets.
Definitely, and there's just this big. I think the biggest 2 players right now are Hammer and Dark Diamonds, but they're kind of facing off against each other, so that's kind of a nice sort of balance of the game here.
Yeah, but
Dark
look at
Diamonds
this
has the
TC.
benefit.
It's gone. Is that his last one?
No, he's another one that's out.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell you about Dark Diamonds has a really nicely back-placed TC here. It's really hard to reach for other people. It's kind of far in the back compared to others. With Seabass being eliminated on the left-hand side, I feel like Dark Diamonds only has to focus on this area. But Hammer Time is a strong opponent, so that might still be tricky for him to deal with.
And these trebs from Dark Diamonds getting some good hits on Hammer Time's trebs, so it's great if he can keep their numbers up. Mangadai are hoping to take a good engagement here, but I feel like the numbers are in Hammer's favor.
Sorry to interrupt, but Reddy's last TC has traps on it. He's sending vills to repair, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He has a few knights, but not enough to snipe it, I think.
There's 2 trebs.
It's a Persian TC, but...
It's 40, 20, 30 HP. It's gone.
They hit the wall?
Oh yeah, bad accuracy on the trebs, but it's still going to be too late if they do get the next hit scene. He deletes the walls. It goes down. Reddy Radian out of the game.
Second player
out. Yeah. Oh, man. He had it so tough that whole game. Nod's putting on the early pressure and then Hammer Time coming in from the south. Really tough game for Reddy. Nice pick with Persians for him, but absolute props for Nods with the 3 castles, Treb production. Now she can move on to the next player that she might target, maybe Bot Marley.
Yeah, speaking of Bob Marley, trying to aggressively trap down Trace here, but Trace is like bringing some Rams over. But no, it's not going to be in time as Trace on the CC is being ranged by the traps of 8 Spy.
Oh, I just see, and the Treb's there on the hill. That was Trace's last TC, gosh.
So
oh, so the Rams won't even do damage against these Trebs. Oh, that's so beautiful. We've got 6 capped Rams, but Trace is now out. So our remaining players, but Marley in the orange does have both TCs. Nod Scout are doing really well. 2 TCs have been safe all game. Hammer Time with a really nice amount of Mangadai here, taking it against top scorer who is Dark Diamonds, who... Wait, let's check. Hammer Time has just the 1 TC? Am I crazy? Yeah.
Yes, he used
just
the 1 TC. Dark Diamonds was able to trap one down earlier.
Yeah, Dark Diamonds has 1 TC as well. And then 8 Spy over here. 8 Spy's opponents either side, Trace and Seabass, they're both eliminated. So 8 Spy's 2 TCs are safe, they're walled in. So we'll see what happens as the Tarkans from Nods moves into Hammer Time, but moves quickly away, realizing that they will not be able to run in and do damage with the defensive castles and all the Mangadai there. Ooh.
I think that 8 Spy is actually in a really, really happy position to maybe become the winner of this game. Like, his side opponents are eliminated, there's still a lot of gold he can take, he has a really nice back map he can use in that sense. Strong force on the field, decent eco. It's looking really good for 8 Spy, and he doesn't really have a big enemy right now, as Nod Scout was trying to run into Dark Diamond's base too, but kind of afraid of the arrows of the Mangadai there.
Yeah, if the Mangadai weren't there, I would have loved to see the Tarkans just donk down that low HP castle, but I think she's just running around trying to find somewhere to do damage. She's moving from player to player. Seabass eliminated, so maybe she's going to try and take on 8 Spy, but 8 Spy again with a lot of Mangadai, and they're going to deal with the Tarkans quite well.
And 8 Spy is just basically fully walled for now. I mean, there's a gap at the back of his base, but it's not really reachable because, well, Trace basically walled it off for him.
And he's got so many castles defensively, really well placed castles around the TCs. Another one going up by that top TC.
Ooh, Marley starting a push now on Nod Scouter. Nod Scouter now dropping 3 ranges, another castle. It's full targets for now, but that's tricky because Marley is like, I'll spam harps into that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And down between Dark Diamonds and Hammer Time, really good engagement with the Mangadai of Hammer taking out a lot of Trebs of Dark Diamonds. Hello Raven, hello everybody.
Dark Diamonds doesn't have Parthian tactics yet, which is pretty important in this little Mangadai war. I think these two will just keep each other occupied for quite a bit. We'll see Marley fighting Nod Scout, and I think 8 Spy is just going to be vibing in a corner, and it's just going to be like, okay, let's see what the rest is kind of figuring out. I'll just mess up breasts and see
check
if
out
I
the
can set up
Trebs.
some real snipes maybe.
Yeah, the Trebs on the hill from Bob Marley taking a really good position to take this CC down fast. There's no reaction from Nods to repair it. Tarkans are going in, they want to run away too, but 1 TC goes down, so now Bob Marley can really put the pressure on with the Siege and Halb.
Yeah, this is Marley's revenge for not trying to get a Baldi castle in the base.
Oh,
this
and
is
the Halbs are so out of position.
Should be able to snipe other traps, buying herself some time to maybe get an answer to the Halbs, but this Eco isn't looking too happy.
No, and they don't really have too many places to run. The castles here are not in the best positions. This is the difference between what we saw in 8 Spy's base and here in Scouter's base as she brings back more Tarkans. It's Tarkans into Halbs, we don't want to see it, but at least those 3 Trebs are gone, so they're not a danger for now.
I love 8 Spy, by the way, just moving out, getting out of Extra Stone. You just know he's gonna have castles everywhere. It's gonna be so hard to push 8 Spy, and he's just in a very fortunate position right now. But he also he did do the early pressure to make that work. He took out the CVS early, he pressured the Trace after, so really nice play by 8 Spy so far.
So 70 military for Hammer Time, who's almost pop capped. But Dark Diamond's a little, almost even population, 68, so very, very even numbers here between these 2 players in the blue and the pink. Dark Diamond's still with the top score, just the 1 TC left down south, but like Salted said, it is in a really good position. But it comes down to the amount of Trebs that Hammer Time can get out and how well he protects them, I think.
Definitely, because there's this kind of nice hill in front of his base. As long as he holds that, I feel like Dark Diamonds is in a position where he's kind of nicely able to hold his base. But once he loses control of that, he's just immediately out of the game.
Yeah. Let's keep an eye on Nodscouter, who's moving in now. Look at the Tarkans on the TC. The castles are trying to go up in time to defend it, but that's a lot of Tarkans. Let's check the TC going down. It's like a lot of Tarkans.
Will he be able to repair? No, there's the TC going down. There's the TC in the south. Does not know about the TC in the south.
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
But Marley hasn't walled in. Oh, now reacts to wall it in time. Trying to, but I don't know. Play some gates, it might work. Tarkans are running in. If they can donk down the gate. I like the Mangan, or the Onager rather. Or they do make it in. This TC could go down fast. Let's check the HP. Howls are coming to the rescue.
I think Marley can save this for the time being.
I think so too, because the Tarkans are just focusing the TC, but the Halps are going to take them down. So close call there. Great work from Nods. Again, just being really active in this game.
Yeah, Hammer and Diamonds are just trading some units, nothing too much happened there. I love how 8 Spy is just one stable and one mining camp in the north of the map. Kind of like, I'm involved, guys, I'm just vibing. That's what I do.
Yeah. Alright, so now I think Marley realizes they need to really protect this one remaining TC, placing another castle around it. We have Korean towers going up too, that's a keep. Right there, we might see some more keeps.
Kind of benefit of being Koreans here, of course, having kind of nice defenses as long as you get upswung in. The keeps are just a bit trickier, but the hill in front of Marley's base is just very awkward, and Nodscouter is using it very well as kind of a spearhead attack from that direction.
Yeah, I feel like once Nods gets a couple more trebs, can mass up the trebs and just take that hill and one big doink on the TC could be her game. But check out Hammer Time moving out into a really good position with the castle, sitting 8 trebs on that position with all the Mangadai to defend. So I think it's Hammer's time to take out Dark Diamonds, at least that's what it looks like they're intending to do, while 8 Spy... Sorry?
Oh, you said Hammer's time.
Oh god. No. 8 Spy takes top score pretty comfortably, just expanding out to the north, out to the south, taking out their eliminated opponent's space. But we'll keep eyes on Hammer and Dark Diamonds here. We'll check on Nods and Bot Marley every now and then too.
Yeah, so Hammer is really going for the push on Dark Diamonds here. He does have the heal, he has a lot of traps, so whenever he has a moment to actually set up these traps and start trapping, these castles can be done in no time. If they ever get their side on that TC, I don't think Dark Diamonds will get away with it.
Yeah, because it is just the one remaining TC, and he's doing well with the fortified walls, trying to keep things out, but that won't keep trebs out.
That is beautiful. Hammer is even making cannon galleons. They won't be able to reach the TC, but the idea is so brilliant.
I love the idea. They can reach the castle. Yeah, so he's gonna deal with that castle from the back. I love it. Oh wow.
It's amazing.
Imagine if we could see like a treb landing on the south, but there's no military back here. Just mass up like 8 trebs. Drop him on land, doink him the TC, and that's it. I'd love to see it. Don't think we will, but good engagement here, I think in Hammer's favor. Hard to tell though.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if this goes wrong for Diamond here, then as soon as he's traps back up and are in range of the TC, he's just out of the game. So he kind of has to take this fight and just hope for the best. And honestly, for now, although Hammer has the heal, it's looking like he's doing okay, and at least reducing the trap number.
Yeah, but also well for Dark Diamonds, who's now got the numbers, and I think Hammer has to back off a little bit. Good work from Dark Diamonds to bring in the Hussar as well.
With poor Dark Diamonds, see 8 Spies pushing the south. It's Drill, Siege, Ram, 5 Ram, and a whole lot of
Mangadur. This is going to be so tough for Dark Diamonds now, getting pushed from both two very, very strong players. 8 Spy wants to take him out. Here come the Mangadai to defend. Oh my gosh. Lot of trebs, a lot of onager as well. Yeah.
Maybe try and snipe this Mangadai against Siege. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, okay, so it looks like Dark Diamond's going to try and rewall behind it, but these are Siege Ram. The rewall's not really going to work, but good thing he does have Fortified Wall. Tarkans are trying to move in from the other side of Bot Marley's base. Trying to go for a different angle, but let's keep an eye on 8 Spy's push. Look at the Rams go in. They're just tunnel visioning for that TC. 5, 3, 4.
Slight detour.
Oh, slight
3
detour.
Ram. I don't think the TC will go down there. I think
Yeah, and
too
especially not
many
with the
Hussar.
Hussar there, but I mean the damage, oh my god. Phil's are there repairing, oh my god, oh god. Close
Don't get
call!
me wrong, like Dark Diamonds is very unlucky that like both 8-Spy and Hammer are targeting him right now, but he's kind of lucky in the sense that Hammer just decided to chill at the moment that 8-Spy was trying to push into. So now he actually gets to just focus on the other opponent, focus on that side. Of course, he still has to invest a lot of rest, but it is rough. Wait, not Scouter is running into... There's
She's
a wall
going
there,
in.
isn't there?
Yeah, there is a hole there between the wall, I think. If she can get her units through, think? Maybe
Is
not.
there a tree behind it?
It absolutely looks
there
like
is a
that's a
tree.
hole.
There is
Oh,
too good on the
oh
tree.
no way!
On the wall.
Oh my goodness. I don't
That's the
even know
only
how you
thing
could
stopping
see.
on this too good.
Oh wow. Let's keep an eye on this big amount of Tarkans. I see 60 Tarkans trying to break in here. God bless the fortified wall. Oh, I wish we'd see some more transport ships to get around these walls, you know?
Oh, it will be so beautiful. I do have to say, 8-Spy has been chilling for quite some time, but now, just as he planned to... Wait. Oh, no, sorry. Just as he planned to attack Dark Diamonds, not suddenly it's like, okay, hey.
Hey, don't
You've
forget
been
about
chilling in
me.
a corner for a little
Yeah.
bit too long. I happen to have how many Tarkans?
56 now.
60 something?
Yeah, 56 Tarkans trying to get into
Yeah.
that TC. They've got to get through the fortified gates first. But it looks like Dark Diamond's going to push against 8-Spy from the right-hand side, so it could be tricky for 8-Spy now, who kind of has been chilling a little bit, making use of not having
8-Spy
opponents
has-
at his side.
14 military right now, and he's going to be pushed by 2
Oh.
opponents right now. Hammer just happens to be vibing, but oh, okay, Dark Diamonds is kind of seeing this push here coming in, so he's forced to basically go back, but it still
Yeah.
leaves Lord's Counter in Hammer's
And this
base.
TC is absolutely going down. So a couple Mangadai come
Going
back.
down in the north. Marley's pushing from that hill again, has a lot of traps, has Siege Onager, and a
wow.
lot of Harbinger. So
Herbiter.
it's kind of scary from what as all her armies on the other side of the map does get one to see
Yeah.
if Inspiration pointed out. Probably doesn't know where the other one is, or does she?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't know it yet, but she will run right into it.
Oh, the wrong player. Yeah, so she sees the other TC. Let's see if she can get through to that one as well. But she's got to multitask and deal with the Half Siege push at the top. Those Siege Onagers are beastly units, especially sitting on the hill.
Oof.
Let's check the
Those are
TC
some big
here.
medicals.
I don't think she'll be able to get through. The Mangadai are going to deal with the Tarkans, as will the 3 castles here. So really, really good fight there from Nods, taking out one of 8-Spy's TCs.
But 8-Spy will definitely be slightly more on his toes now. Just having lost one TC just easily like that, I'm sure he will be a bit more careful with his movement and making sure he's ready for any attack coming in, as Nod's last TC is looking under a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, tries to put a castle up, but it's not going to be enough with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trebs that are almost going to be on this TC. As the Halbs, they're just going straight for it. They don't care. I see a lot of units in Dark Diamond space, but I'm going to watch this TC for now because I think it's going down. This castle won't save it. The Onagers are just going to run in. Siege Onagers, they don't even
I
care.
love how Nod has like her own
Oh.
trap firing at these traps from like 4 tiles distance.
Yeah.
The TC does go down on all that, and that is so unfortunate. But
She played
She
a
did a lot
great
this
game.
game.
She absolutely did so much in this game. So big credit to Nod Scouter. What a great game from her. But now it's down to these final 4 players. But Marley, Hammer Time, Dark Diamonds, and 8-Spy, who's sitting at top score 185 population. Hammer Time's pop capped. Look, the Mangadai, the Hussar in there as well. But now we're going to really need to get some siege on the field to try and push out Dark Diamonds.
yeah, and 8-Spy is just grabbing some more map control, just getting even more stone, mixing in Hussar now, getting more castles in his base, really making sure that that last precious TC is like in a safe, cozy home there.
Yeah. We haven't seen any like mass TC walling like we did from Ready Radian last year. But and it's just castles, honestly. But I think the players will be glad that the Huns player with the Tarkans that were running around everywhere is now out of the picture. So it is Mongols, and Koreans left.
That is pretty interesting. Like Mali only, being the only not Mongols player, so we're gonna see a lot of Hussar, a lot of Mengudur, and quite a bit of real siege, I can imagine. And honestly, it could work out for Mali. He does have pretty decent siege too. The halberdiers are not the best hands to Mangadai, but he is at least in kind of a safe position right now, similarly like 8-Spy.
Yeah. Alrighty, look at the production from Hammer Time out front, just stables everywhere.
Salmon, I don't think that 8-Spy's TC is reachable with Cannon Galleons. I don't think there's any TC left that's reachable with Cannon Galleons, unfortunately.
That one's too far away. Yeah, that one, actually, I mean, Hammer Time? No, it's too far away. Probably just. Who else we got?
I think it's...
Yeah.
I think Hammer Times will be closest, but I don't think it will be reachable. It's just on the edge, maybe.
Yeah.
8-Spy is sending a lot of Hussarian, but he's like running straight for 2 players that are already defeated, so...
Yeah.
Interesting move there.
Interesting move there. Probably just trying to go for a different angle, trying to get in and raid some ecos somewhere. I'm really impressed with Hammer Time's production and just keeping the military numbers up, spending the resources well.
Now the Hussar just running around, but these Hussar, they only have a measly 8 attack at the moment. They're not really a threat to the TCs, especially not if there's like 4 castles around it and they're Mongol Hussars, so there's no +4 defense on these bad boys.
But they see where the TC is. It kind of looks like they are trying to attack it, but they're not going to do anything, not with those 4 or 5 castles attacking them and flattening them, really. I think Hammer Time's looking in a really good spot.
He's honestly doing really, really well. Like, he seems to be one of the biggest players. Well, he has been playing pretty aggressive from the start onward. And yeah, he's been constantly putting pressure on, but his Mega Diamond mass is enormous. And he did kind of nicely secure the back of his base, so there was a bit of extra gold income, but eventually gold will start running out for these players.
And Hammer has the least amount of villagers, just sitting on 86 currently. So I think the other players, you know, 124 villagers from Dark Diamonds, 112, 8-Spy, 101 for Bot Marley, but Hammer Time just on the 86, meaning they can have more population in military, which I think is a really good move here, taking good engagements, especially with this tiny little hill at the front of Dark Diamond's base. But the players really need to get some siege if they want to push, especially Dark Diamond's TC, who now has top score, and it's sitting so far back in a really good position, fortified walls around it. Only the 2 castles defending it though, so if something can break through, could be tricky.
Definitely. So that is a lot of halberdiers for Mali right now, but it's just with so many Mangudai on the field, I'm not sure how much they will achieve. But
yeah,
the benefit, of course, is these bad boys do not really cost gold. So every time he's able to trade away a few for Mangudai, he will be slowly winning. Maybe if this really boils down to it, Trashwell, Mali might be favorite, but it's very tricky.
Okay, this engagement from Hammer and Dark Diamond still goes on and on and on. It's just Mangudai going brrr, not all of them engaging in the fight, but now he reacts. We take it to 1 hour game time. And it's kind of a 1v1 between these 2 players, bit of a 1v1 between 8-Spy and Bot Marley. Oh, but look at the Drill Siege Ram trying to move in on the TC, but look at the amount of keeps by our Korean player Bot Marley. I think these keeps are really brilliant. I don't know how well they do against the Siege Ram though.
The halberdiers will be good enough against the siege ram. The keeps do not do insane, but with so many, it does some damage. But the halberdiers should be fine there. It is drill siege ram though, so it's tricky. Ooh, that was close.
I think this could be a really strong push now for Hammer Time. He's bringing the Trebs in. I think he's had enough of fighting against Dark Diamonds and wants to finish him.
Ooh, Dark Diamonds is at 30 military and Hammer Time is at 105 military. Kind of sending him a message here. The Trebs are moving in. I think, yeah, just going for the castle first. Just playing it slow and then going for the TC after probably. But this is looking like Hammer Time might be closing this out for Dark Diamond soon, and then we might see a Fiesta on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and I really like that Hammer's going for this castle here because it opens it up. Mind you, I mean, the map's already open with this wood line that's been overchopped, but then the Trebs can sit on the hill, take out the TC faster.
Yeah, exactly. But even that is not even the most necessary thing. I think with 3 traps, he's able to kind of push this down. There's just not enough military right now from Dark Diamonds. 8-Spy tried to go for a cheeky trap snipe on the TC of Mali, by the way, but he defended properly, had the oranges in the right spot, and made sure to deal quickly and swiftly with these traps.
Nice. Alright, castle goes down, so I think Hammer Time's in a really good position to take this from Dark Diamonds. Both players who have put on a really, really good fight, spending the majority of the game taking it against each other. Mongols versus Mongols, Mangudai versus Mangudai, lots of Hussar too, but it really comes down to who's got the Trebs in the right place at the right time. And they're now targeting the TC. Can they range it from there? Yeah, TC from there. Flaming trebuchet thingy things hitting it, and he does try and repair it. He does have plenty of wood to repair this for a while, but it is inevitable that this is about to be the end for Dark Diamonds.
Yeah, with 3 traps on that bad boy, it won't stay up too long. And
yeah,
that
one
means
more
that we'll
hit.
have 3 players left.
Oh, 2 more hits.
Unless all the traps miss, then buys some time.
But still.
But not enough time.
Not enough. There we go. Dark Diamond's been eliminated by Hammer Time, who now takes top score. What a great game he played, though.
Definitely put on quite a bit of a fight, holding against 2 players for quite some time there. We now see 8spy kind of going for siege push, had a lot of siege ram, quite a few traps there, 6 traps in total. But now the game becomes very complicated. This Hammer is like, hey, I finally dealt with that pesky Dark Diamond south of me, and now I can fully focus. But the question is, where does he go? Do we get like a shitstorm in the middle, or does he sneak around and try to go for 8spy's base?
I really love this army competition from Bob Marley. The Korean siege onager with all those halberdiers. I think this is going to be really hard for anybody to push Bob Marley. It is really tricky having that hill right in front of their base. Can take out the keeps, the castle, the TC, which isn't full HP. It's just 2,000 HP. But as I said, he repairs it, of course. We have a poll in chat, by the way. Are petards siege units?
Hell yeah, they are.
Hell yeah, I think they are too. Absolutely. But look at Hammer Time top score massing up in the center of the map. Might be going for second score lead person. Words are hard, okay. Which is 8spy.
Yeah, second score lead person.
Second score lead person, of course. Thing. Yeah,
so 8spy scouts this, and Marley is like, hey, suddenly 8spy isn't harassing me anymore, so just kind of vibing. But I'm kind of curious how this clash will go down in a little bit, as Hammer and 8spy are kind of making it into their 1v1.
Yeah, and let's see if Bob Marley kind of realizes that, takes the opportunity to move forward and take somebody else out. But just looking at the minimap, 8spy has so many castles in his base. So many, but he's also got a really tricky position with the hill out front. If Trebs get on that, could take out the TC a little bit faster. Hammer Time 102 military against 8spy's 54, so double almost the military count here. I think 8spy needs to fix this up a little bit. Fix up the... just get up to pop limit. Just get pop capped. Lots of military. He's got the resources for sure. Wow, he's got resources for days. 4,600 wood, 5,900 food. Holy moly.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like 8spy's only mistake this game is just not constantly being pop capped. I've seen him float around like 150, 160 pop all the time, and I feel like in these kind of games, having the meat shield in front of your Mango Die is just so important because you keep those these numbers up, and that's what Hammer has been doing greatly, as now Marley and Hammer are kind of doubling down on 8spy here.
Yeah, I want to give credit to Hammer's expansion right at the back of the map. We see it a bit from Dark Diamonds as well, a little bit from 8spy now too, but it's really nice to just have this completely safe eco right here at the back right-hand side of the map. And it means that he can just push, linear push straight through the middle here with all his Pangatai. I hear a lot of siege rams with drill. They're trying to take out some things here, but it's not really going to help him in this defense against Hammer Time.
Yeah, so 8spy does have like another 10 tiles of gold in the back of his base. I feel like that could be so valuable because he has all the castles to produce more Mango Die, but he just doesn't really have that much gold income right now. And his pop just keeps on dropping, but maybe if he's lucky, he can kind of stall this by having Hammer and Marley meet in this alley before Hammer can actually reach the TC.
Oh my God,
that could be his saving grace.
Look at Bot coming down to join the party. He's ready to go. Look at the 7 Korean siege onager there. 3 Trebs moving in as well. So he wants to be part of the action. Instead of kind of going for Hammer's base, let me just check his scouting real quick. Yeah, he hasn't scouted where Hammer Time is. I think he's just kind of realizing that there is actually an engagement happening here between these other 2 players in the game.
He sees their party and he just gently is like, I'll let these 2 figure it out while I just gather some extra res, maybe, you know... Get some more pointy boys.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, totally okay.
So now I think all the players are kind of on edge. Like 8spy can't move out. His pop is just too low. He's feeling pretty weak. 2 people threatening him. I feel like Marley is kind of looking around. Like, can he maybe onager cut somewhere? Hammer is like, okay, I just saw this big army from Marley too. Where is it going? I feel like all people just want to kind of make sure what their next move is without losing their TC, as I believe all these players only have 1 TC left.
Yes, they do. Yeah. We could maybe see a bit of an Onisha cut through the forest here, Trebs onto the castle, and then it's kind of a straighter line into the remaining TC of 8 Spy if Bob Marley wants to take that. But again, he doesn't really have much scouting on either player, doesn't really know where to go, which is really difficult. There's been some raids from Hammer Time into 8 Spy's eco as well, so now 8 Spy really struggling with the population. 79 vills, 87 vills, but 79 military. But the other players are pop-capped.
You need to keep in mind too, it's really hard to get your villager population back up if you get raided, because you only have the 1 TC right now. So every vill you lose is going to take 25 in-game seconds to replenish, so it's very slow and costly. Alright.
Love to see these Trebs move into position, and I think they're about to. Some Drill Siege Ram that might try and counterattack against Bob Marley's forward production. Hey! Poison Faith, thank you for hosting. Really appreciate it.
Welcome, people.
Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this game.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I would really love to see people just spamming outposts all over the map, so they just know what every move of their opponent is, to make sure that they can kind of react in time when someone's going, oh!
Ooh, great hit on the Manga Die! Oh my goodness. And the Siege Ram as well. I love this army composition here from Bob Marley.
Why is there Hussar coming from that direction from him? I'm just genuinely confused right now.
Oh, but they kind of... Oh, actually, I thought they'd take more damage from those Onisha hits. I think they were the ones that... Oh, there's one Ram still in there. Oh my goodness. Took out the Trebs. Took down an Onisha. At least one. I think these were the Hussar that have been raiding 8 Spy's eco for quite some time, but they will be flattened now. Oh my goodness, this game. Yeah, Cat the Manga flattened.
Oof. What about frigging Mega countering Siege, am I right? Anyway, Hammer Time is playing this very patient right now, kind of just waiting for the place to make the move. I think 8 Spy is happy with every additional second he gets, because it kind of buys him some time. And while Marley now going for all the keeps there. Honestly, what I would like to see from Marley though is him just securing the hill in front of his TC a bit more. Because you pointed out that is a very fragile area. If an opponent starts controlling that, then Marley is just in trouble.
Especially if all his focus is down here in 8 Spy's base, with Hammer Time that is just masked up really well, could quite easily run up there and get rid of this TC from Bob Marley. Hammer's got mobility on his side, which Bob Marley doesn't do, so he definitely needs to be careful of where his army is and how safe he is at home when he does move out.
Okay, sorry, I want to sidetrack us for 2 seconds.
Please.
I just noticed that Hammer Time just researched kill nets, which was very interesting in my opinion. He's probably going to be adding fish down and fish traps, but then I realized on the right hand side there's this trade gun going for Dark Diamonds all this time. I just love it.
Oh, I'm never going to be able to... Oh, trade cog! I see! Oh, that is beautiful. That is glorious.
Amazing.
Yeah, I really love the patience from Hammer Time. Like you said, just making sure that when there is a push, it is a success. You know, you don't want to be throwing your units, especially when the resources are running out on the map. Oh, some Hussar get flattened. Love to see it. The Halb's now in position to take out some more military from 8 Spy, who is now doing better with the population. But gosh, Marley's got to be careful with these SO. BBC on the way too. Let's see if I can click them, see how many there are. We have 6 BBC. Oh, I didn't get sniped by the Hussar there, but they are taking some damage.
You have to check the resources of Marley. It's absolutely bonkers.
Wow, 5,500 with 12.6k food and 5,900 gold. 5,900 gold! Oh my gosh. Marley, let's push. Yeah. Seriously.
It ain't bad for Hammer either. He has like a lot of food, but it's just not the same amount of gold.
Yeah.
This is just really good for Marley in the long run.
Oh, this Onisha. I'm so scared that we were just going to see an Onisha hit against all the SO. He's trying for it, but the keeps take care of the siege there. Alrighty, let's see if 8 Spy can take some good engagements here, take out the right units, get rid of some of the siege, but I think Marley's defending his siege very, very well.
Yeah, and I really like the idea of adding the bomb cannons here for Marley, because that does mean whenever your opponent is kind of losing tempo and it's not in the right spot, you can push so quickly and just draw back a bit easier. But great job from 8 Spy just sniping as many as he can and buying himself more time.
Yeah, but Marley was taking out the castle with the siege onager. He threw a lot of SO there, so that was a bit of a shame. Now lacking in the SO, but still doing well with the BBC. Let's see if it will be enough.
Good thing he has 14k rest left over to, you know, remake his SO, so that's something.
Yeah, exactly. Alright guys, let's get some cheers in the chat. We have our final 3 players, 8spy, Hammer Time, Bot Marley. Who will take this game? Who do you think? Who are you most impressed with at the late game, at the latter stages of this game out of these 3 players? Look at the BBC doing work. If I can click them, we have 5 of them there, 1 half HP, but I think this is going to be a really nice push.
Yeah, it's looking really good, and like adding the keeps on the way there also just makes the push so much stronger. Oh, Hammer is now kind of going into Marley's space. It's just her star, so it's not like a TC will be going down, but like we said, replenishing this eco is very tough at this stage of the game, and can be a bit tricky.
Yeah, now 8spy's got a fair amount of Mangadai messing up again. He's still got the Hussar running in to snipe some siege. So it's nice to see he's using the amount of castles that he has and the amount of resources that he has, although gold is really lacking now for 8spy. So he's got to be very careful with his gold units, setting them into trash.
Yeah, and he doesn't have something like skirms added, but it's very tricky, right? Because Marley has like the bomb cannons, the onagers, it's going to be so hard for him. Why does Hammer have 4 villages on the left side of Marley's spawn? I think he... Wait, how did he even get that? That side is walled off, right? Did he just block the paths?
Maybe they've been there the whole game, who knows? They're just chilling. Oh, they've just arrived. They've walked through the hole at the top, yeah.
Is it going to be like a siege workshop and then just drill siege from the back of his base? It will be absolutely brilliant.
I'd love to see a masterpiece. Oh, hi, thank you for the follow, Gustavus. Let's go. Let's go now. We have... Oh, yes.
But, no, I don't think that, no, Cannon Galleon would never reach the TC though.
No, never.
Maybe, tricky.
Maybe he's just there to see if there is any, you know, eco from Bot Marley on the water that he can eliminate. There is the fish traps there. So maybe he's just trying to do something to really damage these players without having to engage his army just yet.
Okay, Marley spots it. Really nice by him, because this game is like so big, it's so messy, there's shit happening all over the place, but he's just immediately veil-fighting it and dropping the keep.
I love it. Oh, I hope he rolls his fill in because he hasn't really got the numbers. Oh, I suppose he does actually. He does have the numbers to fight those if he can keep his focus there, but his focus has got to be everywhere. Sending his health back into the safety, but might lose a BBC. He's got to protect those, but he is still sitting a lot of res. Mind you, he just spent all his wood.
In the top middle of the map. A lot of
Mangadai. A lot of trebs.
6 trebuchets.
Listen to the sound of those Mangadai when they go brrr.
He's just going for a full push, and this is the best thing about like being Greens. Your army is very strong, but it's very slow.
So slow.
So Marley go back. And 8spy, honestly, just kind of getting away with this again. Like he's been holding with like as good as he can, and it's paying off because every now and then his opponent gets distracted again, has to fall back, and 8spy is going to create a breathing room for himself. Yeah,
that's a lot of Mangadai sitting up on that hill. Once the trebs are in position, it could be really tough now for Bot Marley, and he's got a lot of trebs here himself, but he's got to play defense now. Oh, look at the onager hits on the Hussar there. Not enough to flatten them, but the helps there will do the job. So Hammer Time taking some losses, but it's no big deal because he can replenish his army. He is on 16.3k food, but only 16. I think he's got a relic in. He must do. We're at 130 in-game time, by the way, guys. So long game players probably feeling the exhaustion at this one as well. It's hard in a free-for-all game. But I do still love this army composition from Bot Marley if he can be in the right spot.
And yeah, as Phil's pointing out, all these players have a 1 TC, that indeed is the case. And honestly, that also means as soon as someone gets a single TC snipe in, the game really simplifies, because then it just becomes a 1v1.
Yeah.
People only have to focus on one front, and from there on, it could be over quite quickly, but then again, not a lot of gold left. Could be a complete trash what we'll be seeing. But first we have to see like which TC will go down next, because for me that's still a mystery right now.
Yeah, I think that now the pressure's on Bot Marley, who's jumping between first and second position in the score. Takes a hill now, but that's a lot of trebs there. 10 trebs. I hope they can stay protected against the Mangadar. Once the SO are on the hill there, I think he's in a good spot, and they're gonna try and trap down.
Oh, the SO can...
Hammers. Oh god, please, please, let's go. Ooh!
That is...
What a play from Bob Marley. What an absolute snipe on those trebs. Beautiful shot.
Is so low on gold. Like, before he can afford 8 traps again, we're like freaking 1 hour further into the game. So this is absolutely great for Marley.
Really, really good defense from Marley. Really good awareness to send his army back in time. I feel like Hammer had the chance there to push, but he stalled it a little bit and gave Marley that time to come back and defend. So holy moly, Hammer Time's got a hell of a lot of stables he's producing from all of them. You can see it here, but Marley's doing the same with the Halberdier from all the barracks he's got. So now it's all between Bob Marley, Hammer Time, and 8spy can chill a little bit. Nothing pressuring him at the moment, and he's got some siege rams on the keeps from Bob Marley, so kind of pushing against that effort from him earlier on.
Oh, Hammer Time is still at like 110 plus military, and Marley does have quite a bit of military, but a lot of traps, not a lot of siege supporting this, so the main guy could maybe overrun the Halberdier if he isn't careful.
Yeah, oh god.
Especially as the last siege gets sniped. If Hammer is able to get in here right now, there's a lot of keeps defending him, but maybe this is the moment where Hammer can strike. But there's no siege, so how is he going to take out STC with all the keeps around?
Oh, he lost all his trebs, and he's gonna struggle to recuperate the siege. And he's taking some bad engagements here against the Halberdier, so Marley in a really good spot. Great defense.
I do have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed with 8spy just not finding the extra goals. Like, there's 1 gold in the base of that trace place used to be, there's 2 golds on the left. If he just found those, he would just be hopping right back into this game. But right now, because he can't really make Mangadai, he's going full barracks, and is that just going to be throwing his pikemen against Halberdier? Because I just can't see what else he's going for.
Yeah. So we can keep an eye on the resources down the bottom for our remaining 3 players. Marley extending his score lead now.
Marley is beasting. There's still so much rest in the bank. Not the highest build count, but still continuously making builds from 1 to C. It just still has 2.5k gold in the bank, but that won't last forever, so that's the tricky part here.
I like that Hammer Time's got some stables in the back of Marley's base. I'm still trying to do something just to bother the eco, but he's not going to get anything out from those stables because of the walls. So nice attempt, but not going to actually make anything happen with that just yet. Hammer Time has another chance to regroup his numbers, but like he said, still no siege on the field for Hammer.
Yeah, it's just so tricky for him, because I don't think there's even any more gold left for him to take. Actually, there's a little bit where Nod has like a mining camp on it. It's like 4 tiles. He does have 1 relic. I don't think there's any other relics for him left to pick up. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Let's find the relics. So 2 are in Dark Diamond's base, 2 for 8spy, 2 for Hammer Time, and 2 for Bob Marley. So all remaining players, our 3 remaining players have 2 relics each. I don't think anyone's going to be able to have the multitasking ability to think of checking defeated players for monasteries, because they've got so much to focus on, so much to think about, as this is just a 1v1v1, but really no one's attacking each other at the moment. 8spy making sure to re-wall.
You know what I would love to see? Imagine if someone just docked.
Oh, you're cutting out. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I think your internet went a bit beep boop.
Oh, sorry. Is it better now? Beep boop?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay. So you said something about the dock?
Oh, I just was saying that I'd love to see someone just docking Marley spawn and trying to just transport in a few drill siege ram and just greed for it.
Just
like,
greed.
Tricky, but
yeah, could happen, and maybe yeah, we're not gonna see it from Hammer Time now that he lost the villas that were back there.
He still has 1 vill back there.
Oh really? Oh yeah, with the stables. Oh, the houses. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. Oh gosh, they're all waiting in anticipation for when they think is the right time to move out. 8spy now got some siege on the way, might be going for attack against boss Bob Marley.
Still 55 Mega Die on the field for Hammer. Like, he hasn't had gold for so long, but he's doing a great job keeping the Mega Die alive. Really getting the value out of these units.
Yeah. And this could potentially soon become a 2v1 against bot Mali. We'll see how the players play this one out, whether Hammer wants to stall a little bit longer till has some siege there to help. But now we see siege and Hussar coming in from the left-hand side. Mali's got to keep playing defensively. It's just the 2 castles and a couple of keeps around his TC. Also the one at the top, but I don't think that's where we're going to see the action. It is 83 Vils, 84 Vils, and 103 for Mali, Hammer, and 8 Spy respectively.
And the interesting thing is, like, Mali never scouts Hammer.
Yeah.
So 8 Spy does know where Hammer's last TC is, and I think Hammer also knows where 8 Spy last TC is.
So
yeah,
we can
but they're just so hard to time at this point.
Yeah. The value percentage of gold between the players, 7,500 for 8 Spy's army, 10k for Mali's army, and 11.5k for Hammer's army. The market prices, there we go. There's the market prices if you want to have a look at them, bottom right. Nice raiding from Hammer up north, by the way, and good reaction from Mali to wall in his resources, his wood lines. So now he's down to 77 villagers.
This is looking rough for Mali. Like, the Mongol brothers are kind of working against him together, and that is very tricky for him at this point.
Yeah, and it's just such a shame.
Dying. Sorry, go ahead.
It's a shame to see that he's got these 10 trebs here, but I feel like he can't move out because the minute he does, he's completely exposed at home.
Yeah, exactly. It's just really iffy about his position. He just can't do anything but kind of hold his base, make sure he doesn't lose this crucial area around his TC, and hope that they, for some reason, start attacking each other instead of him, because in the meantime, he just cannot move out.
Yeah, sorry guys, they're not market prices. That's what they've bought and sold. My apologies. But you can see that still.
The market prices are at the absolute bottom, I can tell you.
8 Spy has sold 45,000 resources. 45,000! Oh my goodness.
And he still hasn't scouted the golds in the back of his base.
Yes.
8 Spy, please.
Please, 8 Spy, please. Mali's now below 50 villagers, so great raids in by Hammer time.
Oh boy, it's gonna be rough to replenish from that. He does have quite a bit of rest still in the bank, but his gold is slowly starting to...
Oh, I think my internet's a little beep boop, sorry. Hammer time's now taking that gold that is in Nord Scouter's base. Beep boop, beep boop. Hello, Pigeon. Oh, apologies that we're losing salt because of my internet, guys. Thankfully, the stream is okay and the game is okay. Hopefully, we'll hear when my internet comes back. But in the meantime, I'll just keep my eye on these 10 trebs that are just scared to move out, and I don't blame them. Really nice army here on the left-hand side with the trebs from 8 Spy. Lots of Hussar, lots of Mangadai too, and the drill siege rams. Okay, let me just try and fix the internet. Discord?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Thank you, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Homer King reckons call it a draw and move on.
Oh, actually, 8 Spy is now really coming in with a big push here. 8 siege ram, 5 trebs, all of the mega die he could make without the gold in the back of his base. And Mali does have a lot of halberdier here to kind of try and stop this, but that's still a lot of siege ram with drill, even 3 more coming in.
Yeah, let's see if he can make something happen here. He's gonna go for it, but Mali does have great defense at home, especially if his 10 trebs can get some good hits on the siege of 8 Spy. Oh gosh, pressure's on once the trebs, there's 5 of them there. They're deploying on the TC, I think. They're gonna ignore the castle, I think they should.
I think they can hit the
Okay,
TC here.
Yeah, no chemistry.
It's only 1 damage for the trap.
Okay, okay. Let's see if he's gonna lose it, but Marley! I think he's gone. He's out of it. Well...
F.
Oh, God. Just like that. 8spy made the move. He had enough of waiting around and takes Bot Marley out of the game and runs away.
So now it's finally a 1v1 between Hammer and 8spy, and 8spy now having to run his drill siege from now to the left of Marley. Hammer is doing a great job kind of expanding, but he should be a bit on his toes now. He knows that 8spy took out Marley, so now it's just between these two players, and I think Hammer Time is pretty happy because he does have more military, have similar eco. His Mangodai numbers just feel so much better. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I completely agree, but he still doesn't really have the siege to compare with 8spy. He's got 4 trebs, but 8spy is doing well with the drill siege ram, some onagers in there as well. Guys, I'd love to get a poll in chat. Who do you think will take the win here? Hammer Time or 8spy? Hammer Time has the score lead by about 5,000 points. Hello, Monty. But let's see, maybe even Hammer realizes that 8spy just did the push against Marley, might not have as much defense at home, but at the same time, he still does have a lot of castles. 200 population for Hammer Time. Mongols versus Mongols. And Monty's laying on my hand.
Like Hammer did a really nice job kind of expanding to the top side now with production and whatnot, really trying to prep going for Marley there, but now suddenly he kind of needs to switch to the other side again, and he does have a lot of castles around his TC, similarly as 8spy does, but it is a little bit exposed and easy to get there right now. There's not a lot of production. 8spy has a nice angle of attack in that sense.
And he is bringing in some pikemen as well, getting the trash units on the field as well as the hussar. Salt, your mic sounds a little weird. Do you mind just reconnecting to the voice chat? I think it's after my internet goofed.
People.
Yeah, that sounds better, I think. Thank you. Alright guys, make sure you get your vote in. Who do you think will win between Hammer Time representing Team Shadow Legends and 8spy representing Team Potato? Hello, Monty.
I just feel like... I mean, in theory, Hammer is the higher rated player. He still has a lot of Mangodai left, but if 8spy is able to find a gold on the left-hand side, that could give him so much momentum, but...
Yeah, you never...
if it doesn't happen for 2 hours, then it probably doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, you're never gonna let him forget the gold, are you?
If he watches the VOD, 8spy, look, I'm slightly disappointed, not gonna lie. Scout your map late game lessons. 10
tiles of gold there, but hey.
Maybe if he starts running out of wood, he will be forced to the woodlands in the back, and then he finds the gold.
Maybe. Let's keep an eye, give us a reminder of where these TCs are. So this is Hammer Time's here. 5 castles around it in close proximity. Another one on the hill, another one not too far. Lots of stables at home, sitting on 96 villages. For 8spy, that's his TC there, walled in. Lots of castles around as well, but this hill could be dangerous. Let's see if Hammer Time can get in a position where he can take advantage of that. But look at the flood of pikemen coming out from 8spy.
He's gonna need to flood a lot of pikemen to deal with these Mangodai though. I feel like he just needs some skirms. I know they're absolutely bad against the Hussar, but he needs to kind of see and find a way to reduce some of those Mangodai numbers of Hammer, because just pikemen isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, and he's gonna lose unless he can run away here. He's got 19 Mangodai there, some Hussar coming in, but military numbers are in Hammer Time's favor by about 10. But the siege is pushing in from 8spy. It's got to get through the remainder of Dark Diamond's base if he wants to get over to Hammer Time's TC.
I think that 8spy is just trying to kind of go around with a siege push here, but the Mangodai of Hammer are so close for now, and like you pointed out earlier, like 8spy's base has such a big weakness. It's like the only one wall defending that big hill that basically reaches his TC. There's no castles there. If Hammer realizes that, he can really make this a quick game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not far to go with his Mangodai with his trebs there just to take that hill. Hopefully donk down the TC, but it looks like he's going to try to keep going down south. We'll check his scouting. No, that's not their scouting. Okay, let's try again.
He's right.
Again, Hammer Time being really great with the forward production, keeping his push moving forward and forward, and population still at 199 compared to 8spy's 155. Yeah, it's like the
8 Spy has
siege
been
is just
struggling.
out of position here for 8 Spy. Which is just giving Hammer time.
Like it, to be honest.
Okay.
I think he just wants to go around, because if he tries and get in too early, then Hammer will just send over a few Megadite, clear the siege, and be very happy. But now I think Hammer actually scouted this and will be clearing this up rather rapidly.
Yeah. The siege is running straight into the Mangadai. Reminder that Mangadai do get bonus damage against siege, so could flatten these siege rams. Look how fast they move. It's so satisfying. But oh, maybe they're in a bad spot. Oh, this is gonna be sad. The siege tries to turn around and run away. Mangadai not engaging either, so could have been worse. But 8 Spy there.
Why does 8 Spy have 2 siege towers on the left hand side?
Oh my god, I have to find them. How far left are we talking?
Trace old base.
Trace's old base. I need to see. I love to see it. I mean, that's. I actually do love to see it because there's so many fortified walls in this map. I feel like they're not handy at this point in the game, but always got to give credit when we see siege towers.
I also love how Hammer Time is basically double walled because he just left a wall of Dark Diamond up there.
Yeah. Alright, I feel like there's just good engagements here for Hammer Time still because he's got the military numbers. 104. 200 Hussar in the queue, by the way.
Oh, what?
Holy moly. And he's still got 5,500 food in the bank, but that is 200 in the queue of all his stables.
Oh my goodness. He has like 7 traps, but the issue for Hammer right now is he's pushing from the side where 8 Spy is actually defended. There's actually 4 castles along the way. There's all his production there.
Yeah.
I think it will still work because I feel like 8 Spy is just going to get overwhelmed here and will be trickling in, but...
Yeah, and that's a big loss to his population, losing all those pikemen there. So he's now down to 118 pop compared to Hammer Time. He's basically pop capped. Treb's going to move in, take out these castles one by one. It is really sad to see that he hasn't just gone for the hill here, but obviously easy for us to say when we can see the whole map and think clearly. The players are probably mentally drained from this game. It's lasted a long time. We're over 2 hour in-game time now. And these Trebs are going to make work of the castles here. So I think this might be Hammer Time's game-ending push.
Push. Okay, so question for you. Would you prefer for me to, like, every game we cast together is going to be like 5 to 10 minutes? Or like every game is going to go over 2 hour in-game time?
Honestly, Salt, let's go 2 hour games.
Oh boy.
But the next one is going to be a short one. Apologies that we are running a little over time for this game. Yeah, we complained yesterday about the short games and then we get given this. But yeah, next we have the Bombard Tower race, which will be a much shorter game than this one, but I can't complain. I love to see these players fight it out for as long as they can, and it's been an exciting game from start to finish. These players lasted a long time, put up a great fight, but I think Hammer Time can take it here. Just retasking the Trebs when needed, and it could be soon over for 8 Spy, who's just sending pikemen in, but obviously they're easily countered by the amount of Mangadai that Hammer has.
I think 8 Spy can just be very happy with second place here. To be honest. I don't see him coming back in this game anyway, and I just want to kind of go back at the start of this game. This game had a really amazing, interesting start. Like, all the players going so aggressive, not doing so good, sniping so many TCs with the Tarkans, really getting absolutely wrecked from 2 sides by not Hammer kind of teaming up, Dark Diamonds and Hammer having an epic showdown.
Sorry, Salt, 2-3 Trebs on the TC of Hammer Time. I don't know how they got there. The villages are on them, the castles are on them, so I don't know if they're actually going to take the TC down.
What? No.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
How?
Oh my gosh. No. 8 Spy did it!
Did he? Oh my goodness.
Oh my
he
God.
chopped through with the Onager there and snuck in the traps.
Oh, I cannot believe it. It was this was Hammer's game. Look at this bush.
This was Hammer's game. Oh my god.
8 Spy
I'm sorry,
with
8
the
Spy,
sneak.
for saying, like, okay, he's gonna get second place, I missed this, and oh my god, what a beautiful move by 8 Spy.
What an end. And Hammer did realize, but oh my goodness. Holy
And, like, these traps are so low HP now too. Like, the Veils were almost kind of taken out, the Caster were almost taking it out, but Hammer just not able to repair it in time.
Oh, I wonder if Hammer had deleted these walls around the TC, more vills could be repairing it, and it could have been the stall he needed for the castles and the villagers here to take the trebs out. But what an ending. Couldn't ask for anything better. These two players, so long in this game, 2 hours and 3 minutes in game time, and this is how it ends.
Real quick fun fact. Hammer couldn't repair the TC because he didn't have stone in the bank.
Yeah, you need 1 stone. When you're repairing a TC, it doesn't continue costing stone, but you need to have at least 1 to be able to start repairing it. Good spotting. Oh my gosh. Oh.
That is a big F. He was so close. But imagine if Hammer actually went for the north hill of 8spy's base, then maybe he could have pulled it out in time. But this is so beautiful I just love that 8spy also just cut with the onagers, so Hammer doesn't get an alarm notification early enough. And the 3, or was it 4? No, I think it was just 3 traps.
I think it's just 3. One of them only just deployed as well, so really it was 2. And then the third one just unpacked and got a hit in. Oh my gosh, sealed the deal. 8spy takes the win. I absolutely loved this game. For every single player, they put on such a good fight, but especially our final 3. And 8spy just, what a win. He was about to be taken out. This push from Hammer Time with the pop cap, 200 I saw in the queue. However many trebs we've got here, 7 trebs ready to take out his TC. But 8spy with the brains takes the win. For Team Potato, let's go.
Of course, Hammer put up a great fight as will be ending up in 2nd place here. I'm not entirely sure what the order of elimination was. I know Marley will be in 3rd place. And then we have Dark Diamonds, I believe.
I don't remember actually. Let's
Dark Diamonds, then not Ready Seabass? Oh, I'm missing Trace somewhere there, but
wow. The little trebs that could atomic, that's the way. Look at that timeline, guys. You can't really see all the ages because they're so clumped up because this game went so long. Wow.